A grim anniversary. 65 years after more than 700,000 Palestinian refugees were driven from their homes by conflict, the UN Relief and Works Agency continues its work on the ground with no end in sight, sheltering, feeding, educating today's refugee population of over 5 million. From 1948 to today, the Palestinian refugee population has shot up, and so too has the number of the UN's dedicated staff. 30,000 UNRWA staff now run 700 schools for Palestinian children and some 140 healthcare clinics for the general population. All this amid continuing conflict, insecurity, and a deepening shortage in humanitarian funding. The world's 7 billion consumers face a choice: reduce humanity's impact on the environment or face a stark future of depleted resources and a polluted planet. That is the message of this year's World Environment Day, with the planet careening towards a population of 9 billion and the global extraction of resources set to reach 140 billion tons by 2050, the UN has sounded the alarm.
In simple terms, that means we are consuming more than our planet can actually grow and provide for us when we look into the future. And it is in our decisions every day that we can make a difference, whether it is energy, food or water. All of us are consumers, all of us are part of this mythological global marketplace in which consumption and production decisions are taken every day.
On World Environment Day, says Steiner, everyone can realize their responsibility towards the earth and become agents of change. Despite progress made in combating Ebola, more remains to be done. This according to Secretary General Ban Ki-moon, who announced that he will convene an international conference on Ebola next month.
All of your investment, all of the sacrifices and lives lost, and all of the risks that the relief workers took would be squandered if the outbreak recurs.
Over 11,000 people have died due to Ebola, mainly in Guinea, Liberia, and Sierra Leone, and more than 27,000 people have been affected. Last month, the UN Health Agency declared Liberia Ebola-free, and the number of cases have dropped in Guinea and Sierra Leone. But now that the rainy season has arrived, UN officials warn that it makes moving supplies more difficult and also spreads other infections that have similar symptoms to Ebola. That will cause a spike in people getting tested for the Ebola virus. Countries must be ready to lead the response, and the international community must be there to support them.
My appeal to you is clear. We are in the last mile of the response, but the job is not done. We need you to persist in supporting the region in getting to a resilient 0 cases and then beginning to recover.